Good morning, my sweet, sweet, sweet babies. Y'all know I love y'all for real. I don't know why that makes me laugh. Every time I hear that phrase, or I was looking on Monique's Instagram this morning, and I would see, I love us for real, my sweet babies. I just started laughing. You know who else said it, though? One of my favorite shows, the show Martin. Remember when they got the housekeeper, was it Miss Minnie? And Miss Minnie wouldn't even let them drink from the glass, baby. They had to dip their head under the faucet to get a drink. And she called them my sweet babies. And then she won the lottery and left them with a $5 check. Anyway, good morning, y'all. It's a little early, but I wanted to jump on here and bring y'all a video that I wanted to make last night, but I'm glad I didn't because, as you know, news breaks. It is only February and we have so much news coming at us, but I guess that is to be expected when new, when reality shows are refilming again. I had a loss for words, but they're casting for Atlanta, and there's always speculation about who is returning and who's not returning, and new cast members on these housewives shows. So of course, around these times we're going to be getting news, but it seems like we're getting so much news. And again, it's only February. But can y'all believe that March is less than a week away? Like, for real. And then I read somewhere that as of February 28th, and I could be wrong, so let me know, but as of February 28th, the sun won't start setting until 6 p.m., I believe. I am a person who loves the longer daylight, and I love summer, even if it's hot. I absolutely love it. So I'm excited about that. But I wanted to talk to y'all about some things. Of course, news broke about the Atlanta casting last night. So we want to get into that. But first up, in this little quick drive-by video that I'm doing before I get out and do my own gig work and driving, I want to talk about Auntie Wendy again. So we know that her Lifetime documentary is premiering this weekend. However, her guardian had filed a lawsuit against the parent company, A&F, I believe, or A&E Networks. So let's get into that. According to Radar Online, Wendy's court-appointed guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, filed a sealed lawsuit against Lifetime's parent company. While details of the suit were unknown, signs indicated Morrissey was attempting to shut down the explosive documentary. And that's what I was thinking. RadarOnline.com broke the story. An appeal was filed as part of the legal fight between the television network and Morrissey after Sabrina filed the lawsuit against Lifetime. The case was filed under seal and hidden from the public, but the timing was interesting considering the two-part documentary about Williams is set to air this weekend. The former beloved talk show host's upcoming documentary is controversial, to say the least, as Williams' family addresses their concerns about her life post-guardianship. In one teaser, her loved ones claim that Sabrina Morrissey, who is her court-appointed guardian, moved her to a medical facility and allegedly did not allow them to speak to Williams. The Guardian drama started in 2022 when Wendy claimed Wells Fargo froze her bank accounts. She filed a lawsuit demanding her funds be released. Well, Wells Fargo hit back, claiming her financial advisor feared she was of unsound mind and could be financially exploited. The court then ordered Wendy to be placed under guardianship, giving Sabrina Morrissey full control over her finances and her health decisions. The Fallen Stars family said they were cut out of the court proceedings despite their concerns. Sabrina Morrissey not filed, wait a minute. So again, Sabrina filed a lawsuit against Lifetime's parent company, which is A&E Network, on Thursday. Well, there's some good news, I guess, if you look at it that way, for the documentary and for A&E. Wendy Williams' highly anticipated documentary on Lifetime will air as planned. A representative from Lifetime's parent company, A&E Networks, told RadarOnline.com exclusively that lawyers for the network appeared in court on Friday and were victorious. Lifetime appeared in court today, and the documentary, Where is Wendy Williams, will air this weekend as planned. A&E Senior Director of Publicity, Tracy Speed, said in a statement to Radar Online. So that was yesterday. So Sabrina Morrissey, Wendy's court-appointed legal guardian over her health and finances, filed a sealed lawsuit against A&E Networks, again, the parent company of Lifetime. And A&E wasn't playing no games and went right into the court yesterday. And the documentary will air as planned. I know nothing because the lawsuit clearly was sealed, but I feel like Sabrina filed the lawsuit hoping that the documentary would not be able to air because of the family's claims made about her. So I know y'all are probably going to be watching the documentary. I am not ready. I can already tell you I'm going to be crying, eyes sweating, because just thinking about Wendy, I said in a video the other day, you just work so hard your whole life. And for you to be able to do what it is you love to do, and then life just happens, and things start happening to you and you no longer have control over your life. And to see Wendy in that state, I mean, I'm born and raised in Jersey, so I remember listening to Wendy. Sometimes I could get the show when she was in New York. I used to work in retail management, and I've helped out in some of the North Jersey stores before. And on my way up, I would get to listen to the New York station when she was on. And then when she came to Philly, Power 99 FM, she used to do, the Hot Topics. And I remember it was either between 11 and 12 or 12 and 1, or it came on at 12. If I was working, I would try to take my lunch break around that time so I could go sit in my red Ford Escort and listen to Wendy's Hot Topics. Or sometimes if I worked the afternoon shift, if I was closing, then I would get to hear her on my way to work. So I know I've said it, and again, it just sounds so trite, but my thoughts and prayers truly do go out to Wendy and her family. Ooh, get y'all tissues and stuff ready for this documentary this weekend. Now let's take a trip down to the A. A few days ago, the news heard around the world, around the internet, that Portia Williams had filed for divorce from Simon Guobadia. Well, now Portia has secured an attorney. This divorce is moving. Hi, Ashley Darby. Take note, but of course, you're probably not getting a divorce. You're just saying that so Michael doesn't have to film. My thoughts, allegedly. Anyway, according to Radar Online, RHOA star Portia Williams hires powerhouse attorney to take on Simon Guobadia in divorce, same one she used to fight ex Cordell Stewart. Real Housewives of Atlanta star Portia Williams hired a powerful lawyer to take on her estranged husband, Simon Guobadia, in divorce court. According to court records obtained by RadarOnline.com, Randall Kessler is representing Portia. The attorney previously worked with the Bravo star in her 2013 divorce from ex-NFL star Cordell Stewart. Did Portia get anything from Cordell? I don't remember. I know y'all remind me, but I don't feel like she got much. Did she? No. Kessler is a big name attorney in town. Aside from Portia, he has worked with Nene Leakes in her divorce, Christina Milian in a custody battle against her ex, The Dream, and Mike Epps in a paternity lawsuit. In addition, Kessler recently made headlines for representing Jeannie Mai in her divorce from Jeezy. As we first reported earlier today, this is from Radar yesterday, Portia filed for divorce against Simon after 15 months of marriage. In her petition obtained by RadarOnline.com, Portia claimed the marriage was irretrievably broken and there are no prospects for a reconciliation. So Portia then filed for the divorce, got the attorney. Do y'all think we're going to see it play out during the season? I mean, of course, we're going to see it play out during the season. So this is funny. Yesterday, I tweeted out the following, and y'all, you would think that I was saying Portia was a scholar in academia. I simply tweeted, Portia has set it up so that now she will be grieving her marriage on season 16 instead of being questioned about her marriage on season 16. And when I tell you, Lord, somebody retweeted and was like, y'all really think Portia is that smart? And I retweeted and said, and is. So a couple years ago, I had on my podcast, Kate Chastain. So for those of you that don't know, Kate Chastain was the chief stew on Below Deck, and she's currently on Traders. She came on and she had a lot to say about Portia, and never in a million years did I think that interview was going to go as viral as it did or as big as it did. But she worked with Portia on Bravo's chat room. Kate actually created Bravo chat room, and then Portia ends up with an executive producer credit. Kate spilled a lot of tea about Portia. And one of the things I remember she said was that when it comes to this reality TV, Portia was born for this. And when it comes to being able to make a situation look like something and manipulate, it's alleged, but Portia was born for this. She said that Portia could basically hit a school bus full of children and come out as the heroine. Listen, and I was like, wow. So I say all that to say that, yes, I do believe Portia was smart enough to know that, listen, she's going to file for divorce and the cameras are going to catch it. Because again, now in her mind, maybe who's going to come at a woman grieving her marriage? I mean, I still want to know how it started from the fist bump on, right? But I do believe that Portia considered all of this. So again, I wasn't saying she was some academia scholar. What I'm saying is in the reality TV world, she was smart. I even tweeted that and I said, just because I think Portia knows the game of reality TV and is smart in that arena doesn't mean I think she's out here solving world issues or even improper fractions. Let's not be dense. So yes, in the words of my girl, Candy Gal, aka Candace Diller Bissett, let's not be dense. Another day. Portia knows exactly what she's doing. You can even see that watching Girls Trip. So, do y'all even, now that y'all know she's getting a divorce, she has a divorce attorney, are y'all interested in people questioning her about the backstory of her marriage? Because somebody commented and said, we already know how it started. So why even question her? To me, I feel like we saw her meet Simon on the show when he was married to Fallon. Whether or not Simon and Fallon were already broke up, divorced, whether she was already with Jalen, if all those things were true, we did see her meet this man who was married to another woman on the show. So yes, I do think a conversation needs to be had because she left the show right after. What do y'all think? Do y'all want to know? Could y'all care less? And I know I've asked this before, but are y'all excited about the show? And let's get into the show casting while we're talking about it. So the Neighborhood Talk yesterday had reported that exclusive Marlo Hampton and Sonia Richards Ross won't be returning for next season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Neighbors, y'all know we keep our ears out in the streets for the tea, and the most recent cast of The Real Housewives of Atlanta have been at home wondering when their contract for the next season will be arriving in the mail. Well, these two peaches won't be gracing our screens in the new RHOA era. So I was like, okay, let me go ahead and do a video about that. But I waited, glad I did, because out comes people.com, knock, knock. They said Neighborhood Talk, I'm over here. So an article written by Dave Quinn that says exclusive, but Neighborhood Talk has been on it. Neighborhood has been breaking the exclusive when it comes to Atlanta. So shout out to them. According to people.com, Marlo Hampton departs The Real Housewives of Atlanta ahead of season 16, a fresh start. Exclusive. The reality star tells People she's ready to participate in new creative entertainment projects focused on my future and not reliving my past. Marlo Hampton no longer has her peach. The Real Housewives of Atlanta star won't be returning to the Bravo franchise for season 16, she tells People exclusively. My contract with Real Housewives of Atlanta ended when season 15 wrapped, says Hampton. This break from RHOA is a fresh start, allowing me the space to participate in new creative entertainment projects focused on my future and not reliving my past. She adds, my nephews are transitioning into pivotal stages of their academic adolescence, and I'm focused on my representation in their eyes and getting back to showing my multifaceted lifestyle of philanthropy, fashion, and fabulosity. I'm thankful for this amazing platform of Housewives, which has allowed me to bring awareness to foster care, my nonprofit Glam It Up, Inc., and showcase my fashion showroom, Lee Archive. I look forward to my continued relationship with Bravo and NBC Universal. I wonder if she's now regretting making Kandi work, in quotes, last season and trying to tie her grief into about her nephew into Kandi not being there for her and Kandi not helping expunge her record. And I say that because remember years ago, Marlo reached out to Todd and they came up with a show for Marlo. And I believe the show was supposed to have Funky Dineva a part of it, and Rico Chappelle. Was it Rico Chappelle? I'm not sure, a part of it. And then Marlo pulled out at the last minute. She knows that Candy still has ties with NBC Universal. And I wonder if she's like, dang, because Candy probably would have helped her had they been on good terms. So who knows? We shall see. I am really interested about the cast of Atlanta and how it's going to work out. I don't know. What do y'all think? Are y'all sad to see Marlo gone? I'm going to be completely honest, 1000% honest. I was having this conversation yesterday. I don't wish anybody to lose money, right, from a job that they didn't voluntarily walk away from. So I'm praying prosperity over Marlo's life. At the same time, I do not want to see her on my screen as a full-time housewife in Atlanta for season 16. Speaking of casting, let's get into this. The alleged full cast for The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Rumors have been circulating that it was going to be Ming Lee and Kenya's friend, Akilah Coleman. Phaedra said that there were conversations about her coming back. Well, the Neighborhood Talk has released the alleged full cast of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. So y'all know that I recently figured out how to share a screen. Maybe not the sound quite yet, but your girl figured out how to share a screen. So let's see here. Let's get into this new cast. So the alleged full cast of The Real Housewives of Atlanta: Portia, Kenya, Shamia, Drew, Angela Reed, Akilah Coleman, Britt Eady, and Sheree as a friend. So let's look at this. I will say, if this is the alleged cast, it is a beautiful cast. So let's go back. Of course, we have Portia, Kenya, Shamia, Drew. Now, I thought Shamia said that she would never be a housewife because her husband did not want her to be a housewife. He didn't mind if she went over and played with the girls a little bit as a friend of, but according to her, I remember her saying he didn't want her as a housewife. So I wonder what changed. Is this her lily pad, becoming a housewife and then lily padding herself onto a life of singleness? I'm not putting that on her. I'm just saying because she was very adamant about the hubby not wanting her to be a cast member. So I just wonder what changed. Maybe Portia talked her into coming on as her ally. But anyway, so we see these beautiful ladies. Then we go to the next slide over and we see Angela Reed, Akilah Coleman, Britt Eady, and Sheree as a friend of. Remember a couple years ago when Sheree was on and then she was off and people were speculating that she was offered a friend of role and she was sitting in a sauna telling people to know their worth? So I wonder if she's really going to be a friend of this season. Now, look, evidently or allegedly, Marlo made a lot of money when she was a friend of for all those years, as did the season that Luann de Lesseps on New York was a friend of. They said she made a whole lot of money too. So maybe this will be advantageous for Chateau Sheree. Who knows? So the caption says, the new era of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. The tea comes from a close source. Thoughts? So a lot of people are not happy with what is alleged to be this new cast. Some people are saying, well, where's Phaedra? Where is Ming Lee? Of course, some people are still, if you read the comments, saying bring Nene back, but we know that door is closed. So what do y'all think? Are y'all excited about this new era of housewives? Do y'all really want to see these women? It looks like they're trying to skew towards a younger audience. I don't know. I liked my middle-aged housewives. And I liked them before I was middle-aged and now that I am middle-aged. But then again, Portia's around my age. So is Kenya. I'm not sure the age of the other ladies. I know Drew is in her mid-30s, I believe. Again, I'm not sure about the ages of the other ladies. But what do y'all think? Are y'all excited about this new alleged era of Atlanta? Y'all let me know y'all thoughts. All right, y'all, this was a drive-by video. So maybe I will see y'all soon because the way we're going, with it being what, February 24th, news is always forthcoming. So I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all.